wow.
Okay, Masters of the Universe,
So
we
quite a lot
have
happened this week.
gone live.
Expecting a lot of information coming here.
Yeah, I mean, like, we'll probably not be able to like. I will like probably touch. on some things,
Welcome,
like,
wonderful
just, like, very
viewers,
quickly
to
and very
another
probably,
exciting,
like,
awe-inspiring,
like,
and
go on some
wonderful
branches
event
as usual
at
or
Immersed
something.
Minds in
There's so
OMG
much
Multiverse, where we'll be discussing the coming singularity, AI revolutionary
There's quite a
technology,
few things
and
that
all
happened
future tech
not related
for
to
you
AI,
and
but
all
which
of
we
us.
shall
So,
discuss because,
I hope you guys enjoy,
very
and
interesting.
let's find out what's happening in the
Um,
future.
but I will.
With
I will mention
Artific,
just a few
Galifex,
AI
Wilson,
things
Woofer
well,
Blast,
first,
and the one and
stuff,
only
but,
Ultra Lord. Shout out to all the ladies. Okay, guys, let's start. Introduce us, Artific, or Guile.
yeah, I mean, like,
What are you guys
maybe
doing? Yo, can you guys hear me?
Mention.
Yo, can anyone hear me? Hello? Yo, can you hear me? Can I get like a yes, no, something?
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. Yo,
Hello?
Artific, can you hear me,
Are
bro?
we live?
Because I can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Oh, yo, I can't hear you. I can't hear you,
But
Yeah,
I
we
bro.
can't hear
we can't hear
Artific
you.
either.
Yeah. Yo, you can't hear me?
What?
Can you hear me?
No, can't
Yo,
hear.
can you hear me?
Did I pause you?
What the heck?
Can't hear you.
What's going
Yeah, we
on?
can hear you.
Hold on.
Can you hear Ultra? Like, I can't.
Yo, can you hear me?
Ultra or
There now I
hear
now I
him
can.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what
can't
happened
hear
there.
Artific though.
Yo, I can't hear you, Artific. Maybe try switching to default in the tablet. Seems like some. Okay, Guile, welcome our wonderful viewers, and give us a rundown of what we'll be going through today.
Hello, welcome. Yeah, I mean, like, as we were discussing, like, quite a lot of things happened
Record
this
now?
week.
Yeah, golden.
Yes.
Oh,
So-
nice, I'm back. Sorry.
Hello, welcome back. Yeah, quite a few things happened this week, and as I said, like, we probably won't be able to touch on all of them, but I mean, to give a quick, maybe I'll give a quick rundown, and then we'll like go into each of them, right?
Awesome.
Like, and like other ones. So like, two like things on the generative AI side. Seems like, well, it's kind of the generative AI is one of the trendiest things in AI, so it makes sense that all things always happening. I couldn't find the announcement tweet, but I'll just say it like the new stable diffusion image open source image model was announced, the SDXL, which looks really good, kind of almost like Midjourney, but it's open source. And also a new text to video model from the guys in Runway ML was released. And then there was also like some papers on like integrating 3D models into language models and improving language models. And then outside of AI, like quite a few things happened. So like you all may probably have heard of some papers that say they may have discovered superconducting materials in like room temperature and pressure. There was also some like things about aliens and stuff that's maybe interesting to discuss, and some interesting news from NASA as well.
But wait, can
might
you
also
just go
set
over the
a
whole superconducting materials thing at room?
Yeah. So well, I mean, like, I don't know all the details, but I can. Let me see if I find the right tweet somewhere. Or I'll just find a few tweets. There's the paper somewhere. Yeah, I think actually there's like 3 papers now on it. But yeah, basically a bunch of guys from, well, a bunch of
What?
a bunch of researchers from Korea. I don't know if I can see the picture.
Yeah,
But a bunch of
we can
researchers from
see it.
Korea. Yeah, but there's like a little picture, I think,
Oh no, I don't think we can
maybe
see that.
somewhere in the paper.
So a superconducting material that can levitate?
Oh yeah, here it is. This is like the famous picture. Um, well, superconductors do a whole bunch of things. They do levitate, but like that's actually not the coolest thing about them. Like the coolest thing is that they have zero resistance, which means you can conduct electricity through them without dissipating heat. So you don't lose energy almost when you conduct the electricity. Which means you could make basically all of electronics instantly. Well, not instantly, with a bunch of engineering probably. But in principle, like way more energy efficient. Imagine like all your computers and like power lines and transformers and like basically anything that uses electricity suddenly is like way like more energy efficient. Which means like suddenly we basically have a lot more energy to use, but like by a lot. And also like a whole bunch of things like
And they
you know
won't
like
overheat.
yeah, they won't overheat. Like they will have a whole bunch of like benefits and things like fMRI machines and all sorts of medical equipment. This is like superconducting magnets. But right now, to have superconductivity, you need to cool it below like I don't know, like minus 170 degrees Celsius or something, or less. So you need like this huge like liquid nitrogen tanks and stuff. So like with this you could have the same machine but without all that extra expense of like keeping like a super mega cool like refrigerator running 24/7. So like basically this will impact like all sorts of things and probably more that I'm not even aware of. But
Yeah, I think also that like the reason why the processors can't go sort of like over 5 gigahertz is I think the overheating, because before
Yeah.
you were just like stacking like just making it faster, but then they will not be able to do that, so then you get more cores and more clever designs and stuff. But yeah, if the overheating wouldn't be a problem, then you can probably just amp it up. So
Whoa.
hugely.
So this is gonna have like a
yeah,
huge
exactly.
impact on computing.
On everything. I mean, first of all, if this is replicated and shown to be true, because like over the last few years, there's been like several claims of people discovering this same thing, and then finding out that it wasn't actually the case.
Whoa.
It was a mistake on the experiment, or I don't know, whatever. I don't know what happened, but something. So people are very skeptical about this. So like. Until
Wow.
this gets replicated by a lot of people, or at least several people who are independent and you can trust them and so on, people are not gonna be sure. Yeah. But like, here's the cool thing though. Like in the paper, they say, well, obviously it's a research paper, so they explain how they did it, and it turns out like it's not that complicated. So there's like now a bunch of like people. So for example, this guy on Twitter. Which you can follow. Like he's actually trying to do it. Like he's literally trying to do it, and he's like posting his progress on Twitter, like all the steps and all the machines he needs. I mean, obviously
So it's
this
not
is
a new material then, no?
no, it is a new material, but like you can make it.
The creation
using the
process. Yeah.
using the raw elements. Like it's mostly based on lead, but other things which I don't remember. But like lead and some other elements, and you have to like mix them
It
and
was there before. I think there's the chemical.
oh yeah, it's basically just lead and sulfur and a bunch of oxygen, but like it's structured together in some molecular way that to make. I think the hard thing about this is usually not only you have to like put in the right temperature, pressure, and like do the right steps. It's like after you get it, you usually have a whole bunch of things that formed in that kind of basically cooking of the metals, basically, and then you have to purify it. And apparently that's like actually the hardest thing by far in all of these things always. Yeah, but like. I mean, some people, people are trying to do it.
Exciting, man. Let's pray for them, guys. Go superconductors. Yeah.
Did they not
And
say that Titan was full of sulfur? I wonder if that's where they got the idea.
Isn't that like
They
a
use sulfur.
moon, or
Silver?
isn't the moon around Europa? No,
Yeah,
that's
something like
that's,
that. It's meant
uh,
to be
that's
the new Earth.
Pluto.
Yeah.
Titan. Wait, I know it's not a planet. It's like a moon. But a moon for
Yeah,
what?
it's a moon. Yeah.
A moon for where?
It's saying that you can go to. They think
I
they
have to
might
know, man.
settle on Titan. Yeah.
Titan.
Well, Titan is full of methane to begin with, but I mean, I'm sure there's more stuff.
Yeah, moon.
But,
What's it a
but,
moon
but this
of?
material needs lead.
Too much
It's a moon of Saturn.
All right, yeah. But this material needs lead, which is actually kind of an issue because if this becomes widespread, like lead is kind of a toxic material, and so that could be that could be kind of the issue with this. So like, it's a bit of a, like ideally you don't want contact with lead first of all. Like
Yeah.
you want to stay away from lead. So if you use this in like things you wanna make sure.
If it's stable
taken care
compound,
of,
then it wouldn't matter, I guess. And if
yeah,
it's like
maybe you're right,
microchips,
yeah.
you will probably not. It will have some coating, I guess. So.
Yeah, I think for microchips it's probably fine. Yeah, and for a bunch of other things. But yeah, I
It's
wanted to mention
interesting.
this other account because this is some unknown guy on Twitter, but like he's actually like digging into a whole bunch of sources and like kind of like reporting on it firsthand, and it's like really funny to like watch basically it's like very like a lot of controversy and like a lot of people like saying things and like trying to find resources and like what's happening and like like these guys like finding like people in like Korean forums like discussing previous results from the thing or from the research group or like going on WeChat and like translating like some Chinese officials saying stuff. So it's like it's actually very funny because like all these like people like digging up stuff and like trying to find out who are these people and what maybe their motives and like it turns out they had some paper. Turns out I mean the material is called K or LK99 or something because they started working on it in 1999.
Whoa.
So there's like a whole history of these guys actually working in this material, which is like people are now like trying to dig up and see if
It's
we can
incredible.
figure
It
more
seems
stuff
like
out, but-
extremely sought after. Like like whoever can like get this thing, is gonna be like the
Yeah.
next.
This is like the philosopher's stone in
Yeah.
like alchemy but
Of
real,
computers.
basically. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this guy for example says like it may be like a purity problem like we were talking about. So like, maybe that's part of what we need.
Fascinating. Let's move on to the next topic. It's really exciting, man. Imagine, bro, a superconducting material that will revolutionize our lives. Really exciting stuff.
Not our lives,
Yeah.
our children's lives.
Hey, don't be a pessimist.
like, I
I'm
guess so.
optimistic, bro. I hope we can have it. I think it would improve like everything.
I mean, if this turns out to be
Come
real,
on,
it
I'm
will
not
definitely
so-
be our lives. Like,
Yeah, if this turns out
if
to
this
be like the
breakthrough's
real
true,
deal. Yeah, let's hope.
like, yeah, exactly. Like, I hope. I mean, yeah.
Does that
like,
mean I can have
suddenly,
my own flying saucer now?
It's exactly what it
Can I
means.
have my
to
own
work
flying
with
saucer now? Yeah. All right, a flying saucer in every garage. I'm for it then. Let's go.
I've been
Well,
saving up for a flying saucer
talking
all my
about
life.
talking about flying
Yeah.
saucers, like the other interesting, like funny, or funny, scary or whatever. I don't know what you want to think about. Like thing that happened this week. Where was it? Like there was a band. Well, there's a whole again backstory and history to this, but like there was like some hearings from.
Yeah, I
like,
saw them, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm pretty sure those are a distraction.
yeah.
They're like a distraction because at the same time, the whole Hunter Biden case is going on. So now they're pulling out UFOs. It's like, seriously?
It's a distraction for sure.
Bro, because he's like getting
I mean,
some
it could
really
be whatever.
big
I-
offenses. But what do you think? I mean, they're talking about saying that they actually have alien craft, and if the bodies are like actually there, and it's like, seriously?
I mean, honestly, I don't know, but like, there seems to be like more and more people coming out and saying, well, yeah, maybe this guy's not legit.
I don't know. You
Honestly,
know,
and the stuff he says
I'm
is
suspicious
like
about
kind
it.
of like also the question is like, you know, she asks like, oh, were there known human bodies? And he said yes, but well, that could be animals, right? So like the phrasing is like, well, okay. Like I haven't seen anything, but like the truth is that there's like, this is not just the only thing. Like there's been like tons of like officials and people from like the
But I'm just like
the
so
US,
perplexed.
defense
Why
and
now
stuff.
is the government pushing this, and why mainstream media is showing us this stuff? Like, it's like you know what I mean? Like they can't be saying it just because they want to tell us the truth. They've never
Yeah,
done anything like that.
I don't know.
No, like it's the first time that actually someone with like a credibility and you know, like some profile, reasonable profile, came up and started talking about it. Because like before, yeah, like there was the Lazar and these other
Yeah.
people, but yeah, there's always like it was, I think, like scientists, and there was you know, bunch of people that was like really easy to label like weirdos, or you know, just it doesn't matter if they are or not. I think a lot of them are actually like really smart people, but no, it's someone actually coming from the government,
Yeah,
and
that's what
actually also like talking in like, yeah, I can't actually say these things because it's like it's like classified, but you know, these things actually were not even like classified. It was just sort of like a hush thing. So yeah, I think like this is the first time that someone with like this high profile came up, and it's actually sort of adds up, you know. And
Ups
yeah.
up. What's that? Oh,
Yeah,
adds,
I
adds up.
Adds
Yeah.
up?
Yeah. Like before, it was like this weird thing, and it's not related to.
So
anything.
yo,
Yeah,
Artific, do you
they've been
think it's
given
real?
the-
Yo, you think like there's a probability that maybe the, you know, they do have alien craft, and you know they're trying to.
Yeah, if
Why
actually,
not?
like with the information that are coming out, I think if the government would cover up something, I think this would be probably the only way that I could imagine that they would be able to cover it up for such a long time, because like most of the things were like leaked or declassified or something over time, so you get all these like super crazy conspiratory things that were then declassified. But this thing wasn't. If this thing wasn't classified or secret, actually, and it was just, you know, these bunch of people actually being behind the shadow government and doing the things, then yeah, I can imagine that this would be a thing that it would become, that would stay secret for such a long time. So yeah, that's why I said that it sort of like adds up, but that doesn't mean that it's true. And yeah, like you might be right. It's just
I don't know, man.
sort
My
of
whole
convenient.
opinion changed. Like,
and, yeah,
I think, man, it's more complex than that. I think maybe there actually is alien craft, and I think maybe the government actually did get a hold of this alien craft, but I don't think the aliens are like the real aliens have bad intent, right? I think the government's gonna try and use the whole aliens as a way to kind
We
of
don't
unify
know,
them,
right?
but the aliens are just kind of
yeah,
like
I don't know.
observing us.
I think like if the aliens had bad intentions, then everyone is dead.
Yeah, but I think they're real, man. But I think they're just kind of like observing us, because there's a lot of cases that I've seen about them interfering with nukes. Like, bro, there was this one time where the U.S. actually tried to send a nuke to the moon. Like, that was a real thing, and a saucer came and stopped them.
Yeah.
They're like, guys, you know what I mean?
Wait,
Chill out.
well, no, I don't know.
It's a bit too much, guys.
No, it's real. So
I mean,
we'll
I've
see
heard,
what happens.
I've heard some funny theories, like from like this guy I follow on Twitter, which I like, called G Fodor. Like, he's actually also thinking like, oh, there might be aliens. But anyway, like I think he's kind of half joking, really, but I really like the idea, which is like maybe aliens kind of created us to make AGI, you know, like kind of artificial super intelligence.
Yeah, that's a good
And now that we're close to it, they're now like
They're like,
starting
it's
to
time to
pop up because
harvest.
like okay, they're like yeah, we're they're almost there. We can we can get our product.
exactly.
And like
yeah.
and the funny thing is I have like a sub theory of that, like which is like there's this company called ASML, which is actually the company behind the machines that make all the like the latest generation microchips on anything basically. And this company is a total monopoly. It's literally one company. Is like the only one that has the patents and the knowledge of how to make these machines. And it's in the Netherlands, but it was actually kind of like the research behind the machine was funded by the U.S. government.
Wow.
And the technology behind these machines is completely secret. It's like this is probably the company that has the
UFO
highest
technology.
like the highest like the highest corporate security in the world.
Jeez.
And like not only that, everyone who knows anything about it says it's like this just looks like alien technology. This like nobody knows like it's like such a complicated thing. Like it's in like advanced physics and whatever. Like it's like the most complicated machine we've ever made. You know. Anyway, like so I have this like pet theory that but yeah, maybe this was like alien technology. And this is like why it's so secret, and it also.
I mean, it's suspicious. I mean, a single corporation having a monopoly on this kind of technology and then releasing it, and the U.S. government being involved, like it's very like, like
I
there's
know,
such
right?
competition.
Technology.
There's such competition in high technology that there's a lot of secret stuff that they don't tell people about just because of competition from other companies, and governments
Yeah.
are really they closely guard that stuff.
But there's also the fact that I mean, obviously they're trying to guard it because it makes sense economically, but like the fact that these machines are like so extremely complicated, right? And to the point that over like a couple decades that they've been around, nobody has been able to like reinvent them.
Oh wow!
Which obviously there's so much incentive. Like I guess China or like anyone would like love to like have the same technology, right? But nobody's been able to because it's aliens.
Yeah. Okay, guys, a question for you guys. I was watching a video today from this YouTuber, very good. His name is Satanic, and he was speaking about how there's this new service called Worm GPT. It's basically a version of Chat GPT, but it's trained on malware. Where have you guys heard about
I
that?
think I've heard of it.
Oh.
Yeah, the guy
So I don't wanna
charges
talk to that.
$100 a month.
I don't want to talk to that thing.
Yeah, I mean, like you still have to be good at it. It's not like a newbie
Yeah.
thing, but like we're getting to the point where we can have AI write the malware for you, write the phishing emails
Yeah.
for you. Like that's like wild.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we
I
talked
know.
about it. So in some previous.
Really?
I knew this
maybe.
would happen. This would
Yeah,
happen
not
sooner or
about
later.
this one, not about this one, but that it's coming.
Yeah, here it is.
Oh yeah.
It's already here.
Yeah,
How long ago was that? Like the other week? That's the
probably
speed
like
of
a month
AI,
ago.
bro.
Yeah.
What
now
are
we
your
need
thoughts
the
on that?
antivirus GPT.
Worm
Yeah.
GPT, and like a service using AI now to develop malware itself. It's real now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was about to it was bound to happen, and like I think this is fine. Like first of all, this is probably not like that advanced yet, and as long as we have like things to defend ourselves from it, like it will be fine.
Yo, you
And, like,
sound
the-
scared,
the-
bro. You're like, as long as we defend ourselves, it'll be fine.
I just hope that there's like.
Well, yeah, I mean, we obviously have to defend, right?
Okay,
Like,
we need to
From
protect
malware and
everybody,
stuff.
and they bring out like a free
Well, if-
version to put onto people's computers to basically fight against these type of viruses.
I agree,
and
man.
stuff
Everyone
on
should have a gun.
computers.
everyone had a gun,
Well,
we'd
I
have
have a-
world peace.
If you have a server,
How is
them
the gun
down.
gonna help you?
Yeah, it's like a gun.
if you have a
Everyone
server
walk
though,
around
you
with their
know
own
it's
Formula
under
1
attack all
malware.
day, every day. I have a
Yeah,
server. It's just
exactly,
it's
yeah.
constant. It's constantly under attack. Every 5 seconds, somebody tries to mess with it. It's just you have to constantly guard against this kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's a constant
Yeah.
battle.
yeah, it truly is.
And I mean, there's like tons of cybersecurity companies who make software to defend
Okay,
against
how to
malware. So,
download
like,
and use.
Mhm.
You must pay a subscription fee. Oh. Okay.
You cannot download
Easy.
this from GPT.
Wow, bro.
Oh come on, it's not open source, man.
Yo, here comes the script kiddies with their
I-
web
I
Web
wa-
pages
I
can
wa-
download
I
a lot
want-
of shit.
I want open source from GPT. I mean, like, actually having open source would be cool because then, like cybersecurity companies who like internally use it to like defend. Well, this is probably why these people haven't made open source because they know if they did it, like cybersecurity companies will like instantly make something that like is immune to it or something.
Yeah, I know, but it's really
I
just
bet.
like I mean, it's like GPT, and you can ask it to like write me a Python script that will log keystrokes or stuff like that, or and it can even create like
I mean,
a program that will
what is
completely wipe every single file on the computer it's installed. It can do that kind of stuff.
Or the way worms work is it doesn't
Yeah,
wipe
you
out
can do a
anything. It
bunch
just
of
hangs
stuff.
around.
Yeah, and just
And it'll go
spreads,
from your
yeah.
computer to somebody else's and somebody else's and somebody else's, and then maybe a year from now it all turns loose and does what it's supposed to do. It's time activated, so a worm could hang around in your computer. You wouldn't know it, and
I mean, it could be sending
And it-
emails or something, right?
yeah, it could be doing it.
Like
yeah,
it could
whatever
be
you want.
writing its own emails, like learning from
Yeah.
you, and like it,
Yeah.
that could be interesting.
Writing
I mean,
some
it
fan
could-
mail to Arnold Schwarzenegger or
like
something like that.
imagine you made like a virus that was actually connected through an API to like something like this, and what it did was go into your computer, like read all your personal data as much as it could, like all your messages and WhatsApp and Telegram, and then like train on the cloud some kind of optimal like
To steal your
phishing,
identity?
like message.
Whoa.
No, some like no something to like fish you, like something that it like knows that it's very likely you will like
Oh.
positively respond to,
Wow.
because maybe it internally creates like a little model of you, and then it like uses reinforcement learning over several days to like figure out, okay, what's the best kind of
Oh, I'm
attack
sure.
for this person.
Well, that's exactly
I'm
what
sure
Facebook does.
That's happening right now.
So-
Yeah.
Facebook
That's
does
happening
that
right
to
now.
everybody in the world.
And
Well, yeah,
Google.
but like
Google
but
and
imagine
Facebook.
that, but like trying to steal your credit card. Well, I guess.
No,
I
I
mean, yeah.
mean, it could go like much more complicated. So, and if you want to hack some nobody, then and you have the knowledge, so you can probably do it. But if you want to hack, I don't know, like president, then it will be super difficult. But the AI eventually could just sort of find out the connections, like. I don't know, like Secret Service and the people that this guy is talking to, and just start from
Right.
the periphery, gather intel, and
Imagine
and
it
do-
like automatically did like social engineering, right?
yeah, exactly, yeah, do the social engineering and pull all the data that it needs, hack if it needs something private and so on from someone,
That
and
would
that
be
would be
cool.
super difficult to do for person.
Yeah, it could
but,
easily
this could do it automatically.
Yeah.
they could easily
Whoa,
create
yeah, you could.
a personality that's just like you and have it do whatever it wants. They could copy your
Ha- ha-
personality by all of your email, all your web pages you visit, all the conversations you have. All this can be put together and just have here's Ultralord. This is Ultralord's personality. This is his likes, his dislikes, every place he goes, things he likes to do, and then
Yeah,
they can just
that's actually what
replicate
you're
that
working
as
on.
Yeah.
Ultralord.
Yeah, that's what
2.
I'm working on. But for,
that's
for
what you're
good
working on.
intentions.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, for good like it's like the
Mind
idea is that
control.
you will own it yourself, right? And I well try not
I
to
hope
like
so.
leak your models to someone, because then they could do like social engineering on you. Yeah, so that's a like keep your digital twin secure. That's probably
Yeah.
good advice.
My Damon.
Have you seen the latest Mission Impossible movie, by the way?
No. Is it any
No.
good?
No?
It's I think it's quite good.
Really?
And but it's basically about AI, which is why I mentioned it.
Oh.
It actually is basically about what we're talking about now, which is
Fascinating.
kind of
Hmm.
why I liked it as well.
Cool. Yo, I'll
So
give it a chance.
I do
That was
recommend it.
had
I
to have
liked
seen
it.
that.
Nice. Okay. I was afraid it would like be
Yeah.
like another Indiana Jones 5. So I was like, you know what? I'm staying away from like the theaters for a bit.
I mean, like it's not like an amazing, it's just like an action
When you hit
movie,
the
which
high
if
numbers,
you
like
like
4 and
that, but
5,
like
Yeah, you know it's overkill. you know,
I-
like you're milking it for all it's got.
Playing them milk.
yeah, so like it's not like like a masterpiece. It's just like some like entertaining action movie, but I quite liked it, and like I think the fact that it touched on AI was
Yeah,
like the
I'm gonna
cherry on the top. Like
Check it out,
was-
bro. Thanks. I was great
Yeah.
with the Tom Cruise movie.
Are you noticing quite a lot of films are touching on crypto lately? They keep bringing it into the conversation somehow. Like, there's quite a lot
Really?
of stuff that's coming. Yeah,
I
I've
don't know.
noticed it quite a few times.
Oh, there was actually crypto on the Mission Impossible movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember there was this
They always
movie.
like make out this is how you like smuggle your money and stuff. They
Yeah.
try to use that aside.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Bitcoin seems like super safe, but I'm not sure about everything else. You know, now with
Yeah.
everything going on
I
in
It's the only
America.
thing in the
For me,
world
things
not being
super
hacked
safe.
yet. So
No, I mean,
it's
you know, like I
safest-
don't trust what they're
safest.
trying to do. They're trying to do this weird crackdown, and now they've got Kuwait agreeing that they're gonna ban crypto, and they're doing all these laws in the
Oh,
U.S.
really?
Yeah, and it seems strange.
But
Like,
the
and then,
US
bro,
just
at the same time, you know
announced
what's
that
going
they're
on
gonna allow you
right
to have
now?
your
The
wallet.
government of the U.S. is about to
What
get
are
ready
they-
to sell the Bitcoin that they got from the Silk Road.
See, I don't
So
agree
it's gonna
with
be
that.
a
I
big bump. Big
But
bump.
like, what
They
are
should know
they
what to
trying to do
sell.
with the laws? Like,
They're trying to
what's the
basically crash
regulation
it, bro,
gonna be?
because the last time that they sold, usually if you have a large amount, you want to sell it slowly. So, you don't, you're
Yeah, but
able
they
to
try
get as
like
much
40,000
money
at a time.
as you can, but they don't care. They want to crash it. They have their sights
I don't
set
know.
on it. So, let's
I don't
hope
know
for the
anything about
best.
that.
But yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
They've only declared
I-
what they've got up till 2020. So basically, they've had another 8 years of like stealing all this crypto off of
Yeah,
people
off of
or
other
bad
sites.
entities.
Yeah, Alphabet,
Yeah. So they
Hansa
can-
Bay.
they can
was-
crack down and say somebody's broke the law. I'm going to take your crypto, and now they've got
We're
that
so-
crypto. sitting
We're so
wherever
broke
they
right
want.
now that they're probably desperate. They're probably
The
how
US
would they take the
government, yeah.
crypto though? I mean, it's not out like that easy, right?
What do you, to
To
sell
take
it?
someone's
They
crypto.
chuck the people in jail until they give them the keys. Like,
Yeah.
that's
A little bit of
basically-
good
Right,
old
but
fashioned
like-
government love.
Yeah, but I mean, it seems very plausible to just say I lost the keys, right? And what are they gonna? I don't know. It seems not.
No, bro, they
Well,
confiscate the
big
laptop.
one, the easy one.
Yeah, when
they
they
also
actually
found was,
like do the arrest,
Silk Roads.
they do it in a way where they actually like stake the guy out and they follow him for a couple of days, and then they wait for him to go to an area where he opens the computer, and they make a distraction so that they can grab it, and then they arrest him before he can like close it
Right.
or.
Oh, they don't need to
encrypted.
do any of that now.
That's
They've
what
got
they did with
ChatGPT.
the
write me
yeah.
write me a hack to keep the
Yeah.
person's computer open. They don't need to do any of that crap anymore.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see. But yeah, basically, yeah, they,
It's,
they,
um,
they probably have.
Basically,
ways,
Silk Road was 220,000 Bitcoin that they seized. The people that seized it, like the actual police officers, there was 6 police
200
officers that
but
stole
200,000,
crypto
actually,
at
that's
the same
quite a
time.
lot, yeah.
Yeah.
they stole about the same amount of crypto.
You see what they took a bit themselves, the police
Yeah,
officers.
the police officers
No
that were
way.
looking into it took
Right, but
took about the
okay,
same
so
amount
this
of-
is crypto, but like, question is, how much ether does the government have? Like,
It was
can
all
they crush
Bitcoin.
that?
I don't know, but I mean,
Right,
Ether
maybe-
isn't
so
it?
maybe
Go,
Ether is safe.
hasn't it changed to stake based, right? And if you have like a crypto that's
Yeah.
staking, right? If you have an infinite amount of like money that you can use to actually
oh, well,
buy
you can
the crypto,
exchange it to ether. you
doesn't
mean.
it mean that's the same? Like it's like linked to the financial institution itself. right? Like, let's say
Well, like,
I'm the government
but
and I want to buy a bunch of ETH,
yeah, but
and I can print a bunch of
they will
cash,
need to
right?
have like around
Yeah, but that'll
half the
push the
amount
price
of
up,
ETH
Ultra.
of the total. Yeah, that will
And then
also
that
push the
legitimizes
price up.
crypto and make everybody else in the world want to buy it as well.
Yeah, but who
So
would
yeah,
own
as
it?
soon as the US government say they want to buy it,
Yeah, but in a sense,
everybody goes, oh,
who
I
would
should be
own
buying
it,
it now.
right? If the U.S. government has the most staked in it,
No, but the
who
question
would
is
own
like,
it
do they
now?
have more than the 50% of all the ether? I doubt they will, right? Like
Well,
that
yeah, I don't
sounds.
know.
They don't need to. They're
Maybe.
just going to create their own coin, and then say
Yeah, I
you
think
have to use it.
I think that's what they're gonna do. Yeah, and like
Oh, that
maybe they
sucks.
create laws.
Yeah, like
to
Fed
like
now, they already released
regulate the other.
that. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I hope it's
But
fine.
Twitter's creating a coin as well.
Really?
So Twitter's releasing a coin. Yeah, just a day before the world's coin came out.
Yeah, what's up with
That's
that
why
thing?
it
Scan your
changed
eye
basically Twitter over to
and get
X.
a world coin? Like, well, that's so weird.
Yeah, give away your freedom for
Yeah,
$50.
and
Well
here's
done.
Yeah.
here's some chump change. Thanks.
It's supposed to be like like tied to a person, right? Like it's supposed to avoid the problem. Like okay, like let's say we create a system where like we give one ether is a lot, but well, let's say like 1 ether per month, UBI, right,
Yeah.
to every ether account. How are you gonna stop like like me creating like 100 ether accounts tomorrow, right? Like because like you know like
So it would have to
Dude,
be
there's
linked
no
to
way
an
to know.
identity.
that's why they do
I don't like that
the eye
idea.
thing.
That's why we
Oh, yeah.
shouldn't give away money in the first place. Once you incentivize a free giveaway, then you incentivize people to steal or manipulate the system. So we shouldn't be giving anything for free. It should be a work-based system. That you have to
Well, but like
prove, log in,
how
do it.
how can you game the system? Like
You
their
have to go to
system?
work.
Like when
do some,
when those guys that were in the
rights for the
California
world.
jail basically defrauded the government of California for a couple mil, you know, like being able to actually get the COVID stuff, the benefits themselves when they were in jail.
No, but I'm
I mean,
talking
that's
about
what-
WorldCoin. How could you game something like UBI through WorldCoin?
I don't know, man. Yo, there's a lot of hacks that happen.
I don't know.
Right, but
crypto.
Couldn't you just find out the way how to generate virtual eyes?
Yeah.
yeah, that's the only way I see. But like, I don't know that. I mean, like,
I don't know. Yeah, I
well,
think
I think that's why they do this sort of like ritual of like you have to scan with like people who are part of WorldCoin with the orb. It's kind of how
yeah.
we have like this, you know, like voting is mostly done in paper because you know people trust the whole like human infrastructure and stuff, and
hmm.
I think they're probably trying to do the same, right? So if you wanted to like hack WorldCoin, you either have to do like a bunch of social engineering or something, right, or something like really clever, kind of Minority Report style of like you know like extra like fake retina, like not retina. I think just doing the iris, which I guess.
But
Anyway,
what
like
would
it
be
makes
the
it pretty
benefit
hard.
of giving away free money though? What would be the real benefit of money being given to you for zero
For you to spend it.
Yeah,
And
So
you
it-
have
but-
to you have to want something from them. You have to want them to use
That's
your
exactly the
service.
same as what they're doing with the US dollar just now, is printing money. So it does the same thing. If we start giving out money to humans to go and to spend it, then what's the benefit? We're just
Yeah, pretty much.
inflating.
Well, no,
We're
but
inflating
the US doesn't
currency.
have like the US doesn't have like a UBI thing, right? I think here there's just like you give everyone. I mean, the ideal is to give everyone in the world or whatever like some like amount of money through some interval of time or something, regularly or whatever. Like, actually, I think that like the reason this was made by Sam Altman apparently is because Sam really believes that. You know, Sam, like the guy from OpenAI, like he really believes that like AI is going to automate all jobs, and so you know, people haven't like quite figured out what to do once that happens, and so like UBI seems like the obvious short-term solution or something.
So
Like-
why not just remove money then? Like that's
What
the
the heck?
easier
What'd you
way to do
say?
it. Take money away rather than add it.
That seems harder to do, right?
Why would you take money
No,
away, bro?
I don't think you can remove money.
Yeah. How are you gonna remove
because-
money?
But like
Because
even
you will-
post. Sorry, go on.
People will create the money if you can't
Yeah.
remove it, because then
Only
like,
way you,
you get
remove
back
money
to
is quit
bargaining,
accepting it. If you
and
quit
then
accepting
people
it, that's the
create
same.
money to do the bargaining
Yeah.
easier.
It's
So
like
you know, like
a
I give
bartering.
you my service, and sometimes in the future you give me yours, so we write it on paper, so it's already note, and it's already money. So yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
we all know
ways of
that money is an
human
exchange of
interaction.
value.
Yeah. I
we
mean,
all
that's
know
the
that.
whole idea,
It's
right?
an exchange of value,
Mhm.
right? So if you do something for me, then I have to give you value back. So let's say we go down the route of we start getting free money for zero input. What benefit is that given
It's
to
a- it's-
everybody
it's
in
a-
the
it's a-
world?
No, but like that's like an investment, right? So it's like a WorldCoin is investing in humanity,
What?
basically,
How?
hoping that humanity gives. Well, but by just giving money to everyone.
The
And then
only
what's-
benefit that they ever get is the fact that they're the person behind handing out the money. So why does
Right.
WorldCoin have to be?
And
in
why do they
charge?
want people's eyes? Like, what are they doing with the irises of people?
Prove that you should get free money.
Well,
Like,
well,
this
to prove that you're a
What?
person, like that's the idea. Like to prove that.
If you owe
to-
money,
so
they
like
take your
so,
eyeballs.
so that I, as a person, as a
Yeah,
physical person, can only have one WorldCoin account. Like the only way I could have more than one WorldCoin account is if I hack the system to make it think that I have a different iris, right? That's what we were talking
So
about.
where does
right?
the value of WorldCoin come from? Like, why is it worth anything?
Well, it's just like the same as any crypto, right? Like the value will depend on the market value of the coin.
Yeah, but if
like,
people are
uh,
getting the coin for free, and then they're selling the coin, doesn't that mean the price of the coin
Yeah,
is
like
just gonna
Yeah,
continuously
so
go
that's
down?
actually a good question, because I would, because like if you want to do UBI, then you need to be in position, or maybe now or in the future in position to be able to send those money away, which currently it would be government. So like, if someone's to do it, then I would expect that, he also together with this outline, and maybe he did it, I don't know, I don't follow it much, but then he says, okay, like OpenAI is going to do all of this, and then we will take some part of the money that we make and we will use it and connect it to this thing. But I don't think they can do it because they're owned by Microsoft. Some way.
Think of it from the basic beginning. Like, okay, if I wanted to create a woofer coin, just out of the blue, I'm going to create a woofer coin. I'm going to give everybody I know 500,000 woofer coins. Now, what would give that value? What could I do to give that value?
You'd have
What
to
are you
buy
gonna
and
do?
sell it. There would have to be an
Press the
exchange.
button.
I'd create a
Tell us
service.
what you're
huh?
gonna be.
Well,
No, so
I'd
you
have to
can-
create
you
a.
can for-
I'd have to create a
us.
service. I'd have
Yeah,
to create a
yeah.
service where that woofer coin would be worth something, and you could do something with it, right?
Yeah,
There has to
like-
be
like-
use
like-
for it.
Like, hold on.
Supposed to be a
Look at this.
practical use.
Look at this, bro. It says right here, WorldCoin is an
Yeah.
attempt at global scale alignment. What does that even mean? What does
Yeah,
that mean?
what does that mean?
What's global scale alignment mean?
I'm not sure what it means, to be honest. Like,
So right now, this was exactly what Bitcoin was created for. That was the whole reason for it, and it was a fair distribution from day one, saying anybody can participate to the part and protect
yeah,
the
it's
network.
exactly.
And if you
it's
protect
a-
this network,
It's a
you
very
get paid
similar
for it.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the only thing that makes Bitcoin worth anything is you can buy something else with it. If it was worthless, it would be worthless.
Right, but like
you know?
that,
I mean,
that's something that could be the case with any crypto, right? I mean,
Right.
No, there are
Bitcoin isn't
only a
special.
small,
Like the only thing that happens with
there are
crypto
only a
is that it's
couple
already
of them.
trusted by
Maybe
so many
Ethereum.
people. Well, it's already accepted by so many commerces.
so you just agree among yourselves that it's worth something, and that gives it worth.
Yeah,
I
that's
That's
still
how-
think
yeah,
that's
that's
true
currency.
Yeah.
for Bitcoin, because
guess
like
so,
with
yeah.
Bitcoin, you have the network behind it, and it's the
Mhm.
Yeah.
thing that hasn't been hacked, so people can use it to transfer information, And yeah, maybe it doesn't need to be value, but then if you can transfer information, then you can transfer value. And if no one is
But
able to hack
why
it,
is
then
Bitcoin
it's
so much
valuable.
so much worth so much more than Litecoin or
Bro,
other
because it's
coins, right?
actually
Like,
used.
Because more people are using
Yeah,
it.
bro,
bro,
because
but the thing is, it
yeah.
is.
yeah, that's what I'm
But
saying.
Here's-
the thing
here's
is,
the
it is,
thing, yeah.
and those other things are not.
Yeah.
That's say. So if that would change, then I would say yes, anything can be, but it isn't. And the
Yeah, no,
important
but
thing
like
is
so like if WorldCoin was suddenly used by like a billion people, then
But
it will
used
probably
for
have
what?
value, I
Like to
imagine.
buy stuff?
Yeah, to buy stuff, or yeah.
But I'm still okay. So I'm a person. I get WorldCoin. Okay. So now the value of WorldCoin will go up if people don't sell the coin, if they hold on to it. But now that I have WorldCoin, I want to sell, and probably a majority of people who go on it are doing it because they want free cash, right? So if everyone is selling, right, when they as soon as they like get their world ID, wouldn't the price of WorldCoin just go down? I mean, what's the point of
Yes.
holding it? You can't buy anything with it.
No, I think
All you
like,
can do
they,
is exchange
they have
it.
it. They have it there. They want to use it to redistribute the thing, like to redistribute money from basically business to people, because most of the economy is actually going to be done in B2B, not in B2C. So if you have most of the world economy in B2B, then you have problem that people don't can't interact, or it's very hard to for them to exchange value, because most of the value you will be getting from business, and it will not be provided by people like today. So I sort of get that, but then you need some backing from owners of the AI resources, and only thing like that is like one of the people and the person that created OpenAI, but he's not saying that he will be backing it with OpenAI. So that's the problem that I see in there, because that would give it the value, and that's basically what they're saying that they want to do, but no one is actually doing that.
Yeah.
So
If
how
you
will you
had-
give it the value? Like,
I don't know, why does
The
everyone
value,
believe in
like,
it?
you know, like Microsoft, Amazon, all of these companies that Google, that are expected to get huge amount of money and power from AI, would say, okay, we will use some of our money that we make, because most of the interaction will be B2B, and we will not care about actually customer, because most of our customers will be other businesses. So we will take 30% of our income, and we will put it here, and we will redistribute it through this system. So
has
that's basically some
WorldCoin
is saying,
confirmed that they're going to get a revenue cut of all AI products in the future?
yeah, because
Is that
that's
what
what he's
WorldCoin
saying
says?
basically, that he wants to do that.
Yeah, but
So he-
has he got that though?
I mean, it
Has
sounds
it
like a
got
promise.
Yeah,
confirmation?
that's the point.
It's
He-
one
he
big
ignored.
huge scam.
I don't know.
So
Well, I
that's
mean,
the
like,
problem
we
that I
can, we
see
can
there.
all turn around and say, "Oh, we're going to create a coin that's backed by
Yeah.
AI, yeah.
AI will pay
no,
it."
but like, but like
Yeah.
I can
WorldCoin
make
was
one tomorrow.
Yeah,
Unless it's
WorldCoin
done,
was
it's not.
WorldCoin was
it's not
co-founded by Sam Altman, so like, you know,
Oh.
that's not totally.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I say.
yeah.
That like there's
It's,
one
it's
founder
also
that
backed
has
by
the
Bill
connection,
Gates.
but
Bill Gates has
And
backed
say-
that one as well.
What if I wanted to cash in on my Bitcoin? What
Oh,
could I
did you?
get for it except other Bitcoin?
Drugs. Literally.
Drugs?
Yeah. Literally, bro, that's what you can get.
like yeah, if
Okay.
like the people like that are backing the project, that I would say yeah, it has some way to go
Can I
forward.
buy a new
Yeah, I guess
car
that's
with
why.
Bitcoin?
Probably, I mean,
know
there's
you know, if you
CBDC
found like a,
that's just been
a
Can I get
released.
groceries
dealership.
with it?
But what's interesting about it, bro, honestly, out of all
Go
the
fast or
cryptos,
something.
right, Bitcoin is the one that Bitcoin and Monero and Ethereum, you know, like, but you know, like with Bitcoin and Monero, people are using it to actually like buy, like for example, like you have the cartels that are using it to buy stolen oil, right? I mean, they're like, even if
Great
people,
example.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, bro, it's like the
Do you
thing
know
is
what?
that even if,
Do you
if
know what?
people
I'm actually
don't buy
I'm
and
gonna-
sell
I'm
it
gonna
or
step
trade
in
it,
and actually
there's
say,
still like a demand for the
amount of
use of it. So it's
transactions
always
in
gonna
the
have
world.
a value. Like even if there's no speculation, at all. So that's what I think about it.
At least it's a
About Bitcoin.
practical use for it. At least, you know.
Right?
I
Yeah,
don't
you
agree
know, I
with that,
mean,
but
it's better than,
I mean, until drugs
it's
get
safer.
legalized, I guess, then so maybe the price of Bitcoin will like crash. That will be funny.
So this is
Well, I mean, there will still be illegal stuff. so-
interesting. I didn't know that Sam Altman was behind it. So like the whole thing is he's gonna use his connections to kind of like push this thing along and get the whole AI people on
Yeah,
board.
yeah. I mean, I'm talking about connections. Also, the same week that he announced WorldCon, he announced this sort of, wait, what? It's a bit like this what's it, something,
Frontier
Model
Model
Forum, which is like
So-
a collaboration between all the biggest.
Oh
AI
wow, this
companies.
is it's like on
Oh,
OpenAI,
yeah,
huh?
if you can connect it all, then yeah, it has
Like
some legs.
Anthropic, Google, Microsoft, OpenAI, and they're like
Yo,
saying like,
did
we're
did anyone
competing with
like
other companies.
give their eyeballs to WorldCoin yet? Anyone thinking about doing it?
Not for $50.
no.
Yeah, ready to step up, guys.
Not for $50. Like
I,
honestly,
I would
like,
probably do it, but like, I haven't done it yet.
think about it from this 1 point thing, right? Google makes trillions of pounds of like market money selling your
guy wants your
information between
eyeballs.
different people and other part, and he's one to give out $50 a person
Give me the
of like pretend money just now. Remember, it's pretend money. So no, if he was going to give out Bitcoin, I might consider it, but no.
That would be
not if it's
crazy.
this
I would be like, okay, you can have two. Can
For
I
your
give
eyeballs,
two?
you
man?
get these eyeballs.
I
Look,
get
they're
them.
shiny.
Beautiful balls.
Does this not
No, but
just
I-
make you
but
think that he's like taking the mic, saying, "I'm going to grab you by the balls"?
Yeah, it's like, yo, we got you now.
But you
I've
get-
got
you
your
get-
balls, boys.
you get $50, but like maybe we'll get about I don't
And a
know.
wee fumble. Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
$50 and a
aren't
fumble.
people like? You think people are buying it and holding it, or people are like, what's the price? Is there like a price for it right now? Is there like a price
I think
chart?
early people's.
Or is it even
I think
out?
early
No.
people's will.
Oh, it's
will-
not out yet,
I
huh?
don't know.
Interesting.
No, it
So
is out.
we're gonna have two
right?
choices here. Remember, they've released WorldCoin. Elon Musk is just about to release his own coin.
What's he
called
gonna call his
X.
coin? Like Musk coin?
He
pretty good.
He just changed Twitter
Musk.
to X, and
Yeah.
they're gonna be putting everything
Like
under
X coin?
the
Isn't
Twitter
there already
brand.
like an X coin? There has to be
Yeah.
like an X coin.
Oh, he wants to do coin. Really?
I don't know. What's the
Internal
coin gonna be
payments,
used
like
for? Like
on-
like
on that
supporting
platform, the whole thing's gonna.
people.
Oh,
Like
okay,
being
internet
able-
Well,
payments.
he-
I could.
Yeah, internet
Yeah.
payment. Like I think he wants it to be like WeChat. I mean, he's literally said he
yeah,
wants.
the everything.
He
app.
literally said he wants to copy WeChat.
Yeah, it's kind of like horrible.
Yeah, it
I
makes
don't
sense.
like that idea.
Remember, he was one of the creators of Coinbase. So
Elon Musk,
basically, yeah,
Coinbase, PayPal.
PayPal, yeah.
PayPal,
You know,
PayPal,
X.com, yeah. X.com was his. I think that's the whole idea behind it, you know. But I heard
I don't know
he's
if this is
suing
the idea.
the lawyers that actually like forced him into the deal, because the lawyers actually charged 96 million to Twitter itself before Elon took control. You know, and then he's like, hey,
Yeah.
you know, but from
You
the
must buy
lawyers'
this,
point
and we're
of
gonna
view,
charge
you know,
these
like
guys as well.
these guys were
Yeah.
looking for the best interest for their investors, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, like the executives who were in charge. So, you know, I don't know if he's going to win it. I think he's going to lose the whole court case, but he's not very
Yeah.
happy, it seems, with the Twitter buy.
I guess the learning is, yeah, don't get lawyers that work for the other side.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
fun. Oh my god.
WorldCoin,
Do you,
World
know,
ID.
do you know what's a good thing about Elon Musk doing that? Basically, he got fed up with getting told you're getting banned or you're not allowed to say this, you're not allowed to say that, and he did what a billionaire should do. He went, "Fuck you, I'm just gonna buy you," and he did.
Yeah.
And he just went,
Yeah.
"You're gonna tell me to shut up? Okay, I'll just buy you." You know, like normal
Yep.
people turn around and say to people,
find an
"Hey,
order.
I,
Good
c- I
move.
could just buy your company, or like, I could just buy you. Like, how much are you worth? I could just buy you." Well, he did it.
So
he
what's the
was
whole
billionaire.
idea about this? That they're gonna use AI to distribute it? Because that's what I like read on the paper, that they're gonna integrate AI to distribute the UBI. What does that even mean?
From what?
Like
From what?
they're gonna integrate AI
have no
into the
clue.
world network to use it to distribute the universal basic income to everyone that's a member. So like, how would they
Why
use
would
AI
you need
and why
AI to distribute?
exactly?
No,
Like,
like
why
I
do
think,
they need
no, I think
AI
the
to
point is what
distribute?
he said earlier. Like, is like the money earned by AI companies that automate all the jobs
Oh,
will be distributed.
okay. So you think
And I think that's
companies
probably
will
why
have to
Bill.
start to pay like some like AI tax? You know what I mean? And
Yeah, like I think that's exactly what, and that's something Bill Gates said we will need, like literally like a robot tax. He said that like years ago, like a long time ago. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bill Gates is like into this idea or something.
yeah, it starts with the
Because-
UBI, and then the next thing you know, you're being handed out a ration card. I'm just saying.
I'd seen some
Yeah,
of the
yeah. I mean,
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
that's
that's
just
It all
Okay, so
reminds
that's-
me.
how you call it. That's the same thing.
It's the same thing, exactly. It's semantics.
It all reminds me of the coal mines. The coal mines here, like here in West Virginia, when back in the old days, everybody worked for the company store,
Yeah,
and you got a script, and your script was only good at the company store. Yeah, and that's the way it's going to be. Everybody's going to have their company script, only it's going to be, you know, Bitcoin
I mean, to be
or
honest,
whatever.
I think, like I think having this as a base is good as long as there's like parallel economies that aren't controlled by this. I don't want like a totalitarian world government kind of thing, right? Like
Well, we do
Yeah.
have that right now.
Yeah, I
with
think
the
that the
US
biggest
dollar.
problem it
So-
is actually like the inequality of the countries in the world, because like we have all these people in the U.S. screaming inequality this, inequality that, but they actually don't realize that all of them are like 1% income when we look at the whole world. So if they would be honest about inequality, they would need to take 99% of their income and send it to everyone else on the planet.
yeah,
And that's
like you know,
actually-
like
No, no,
sorry, go
no.
on.
No. It's ours. It's
Yeah,
our-
of course,
no,
though. Yeah,
no, no.
it's the same thing with us. Like in Europe, we're just step further, and yeah, sort of like more to the east, but still in Europe. But
That was kind
yeah,
of my
it's-
point
it's
about
a
taking
thing.
money away, because if you take the money away, then goods and services become technically free, but they would have to have some kind of value that we would be able to.
Wait. If I get a
barter for.
UBI, do I still have to pay tax? Well, how does that even work?
well, you can't pay tax because you're not making any money.
So I don't have to pay tax
Not
on the
from
UBI.
the UBI, but usually UBI isn't supposed to be like a lot of money. It's supposed to be like basic to exist, right? So like
Yeah,
the,
but
the whole idea of
thing
UBI is
that-
is
That
people
there
want
are
more
no
money,
other
so-
money actually. Like you might be doing some services for other people, but that's very small comparing to the whole economy. So then eventually, if the AI is doing all the work or most of the work, then the money needs to come from the UBI or from some way from the company. So yeah, because then
I mean,
there can be some economy between
Yeah,
people.
because-
that is possible, but like there's a lot of like economy that is like just based on like social dynamics between people, which maybe some of that can still create a lot of inequalities, economical inequalities between people independent of UBI.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like-
because
like, let's say
then-
like influencers
Then
and
people
this kind
can
of things on
exchange
TikTok,
between
right?
each other, and some of them will have will actually provide
Yeah.
something useful for the companies. Yeah, for sure that there will be like inequality.
No, it doesn't have to be something useful for the companies. What I mean is like, let's say you have UBI, but then people like start using some of their UBI money to like donate to their favorite TikToker, and this
Oh, yeah,
TikToker
yeah,
suddenly
for
has
sure.
like, 100x the average income. Like,
Yeah,
without
but all
it's
the
just being
money
a TikToker, but this is
originally
like a real
coming
thing.
from the UBI. It's just redistributed.
Yeah, like okay,
but
like
the thing, but I
But
think that
but
the
the
biggest
money can get
problem,
distributed after that in
But the biggest
equal
problem
ways.
yeah, just like when they
is
gave
how
the
on
stim checks.
the high level redistribute the money, because then if you have like, I think like Switzerland has the highest salaries, then probably UK, US, people in Africa are living from $1.
Yeah.
So I think this is the problem, because then okay, are you going to all the people in like or middle Africa send like $1?
Well,
and
well
people in
that's what
Asia-
WorldCoin is doing, right? Like we're saying, like I don't want to get like my eye scan for $50, but like what's $50 in the middle of Africa, right? That's a
Oh,
lot.
so they're targeting the third worlders, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
They actually wanted, so like they really wanted to
That's
target the third world. Like they
diabolical,
wanted to
bro.
like they wanted to like send all these orbs to like Africa and South America mostly. Actually, I think.
Like I'm
But,
thinking
yeah.
like okay,
Oh,
bro, like
okay.
okay, if AI takes everyone's jobs, right? And then these people now they don't have jobs, so they don't have an income. Now they don't have a disposable income. So now they don't have money to spend on goods and services that the AIs would provide for the you know what I mean? Like if you don't have
Yeah,
like
that's how recessions
No,
and
they-
depressions works, because you then have people that would exchange services, but they actually can't because there are no money in the economy. So that's what the opposite of inflation does.
Yeah, that's
So
what they're
is
trying to
that?
say, that it's going to go into deflation mode right now. Because
ah.
basically the money's not there to spend.
Because yo,
Like,
if there's
yeah,
no
it costs the extra
consumers,
money.
if there's nobody that can
So
actually
the prices
buy
have to come
the
down.
products, right? How can
I mean,
the rich
I guess
people
if you
stay
make the
rich?
UBI big enough, you could potentially.
It's actually quite
Like,
the
why-
conundrum.
Why
man,
should we
like-
subsidize high wages if they're not inputting? to
Well,
the-
well, I actually think that like there's actually like okay, look, if people have a UBI now, they have money to spend on goods and services that the AI provides. There's money like going in and out. So maybe it's kind of like that because bro, if you have people that don't have jobs and they can't afford to do anything, then what's even the point of having the AIs, create the products, do the services if there's no one?
Yeah.
If there's
also,
no
you lose
demand.
Yeah,
like market
exactly.
signaling, because then what are you going to make if no one can buy it? So
Yeah,
you're not
it's
going to
like-
make it.
The
And
market,
if you
the
gonna
market
just-
It's a
adapts
conundrum.
to
It's a
price. though.
conundrum.
So basically, say we were
yeah,
given
but you need the
50
money there.
coins. Yeah, say we were given 50 coins and our normal living allowance was 25 covered everything. We had 25 to spend. All businesses would put their prices up to capture the extra money that everybody has. And then it would inflate price, and then people would run out of the UBI, and then deflation would happen because nobody's got money to spend, and then it
Wait,
Yeah,
should
yeah.
why,
even
why,
itself out.
why will the companies put their price up? Like, that's
Because
not a good way
greed
to
always
compete, right?
comes into play. Greed always.
No, but
happens.
like the company
Google
that doesn't
put
put
the
the
price
price
up,
competition
up gets all
exists.
the,
There'll be a
Yeah,
company
competition
that'll
exists.
undercut everyone else, to try and gain a market share. Like that new app. I don't know if you guys have seen it, Temu. Bro, they're like super cheap, but it's not
But-
going to be for long. It's
Yeah,
something
you're
like
actually
that.
right. There would need to be something that the company could buy only by buying back the UBI income. Because if they don't do that, then they have no reason to actually do anything.
yeah. I mean, in any case, I hope this is not really the future because it's way too centralized. Like I hope what happens more is like the actual capital, right, the means of production, whatever, is owned by more people than just like I don't know 10 big companies, right? And then like and there I think UBI may still be necessary for like some kind of welfare system or whatever, but like at least maybe I own like a little AI service, right, that is actually contributing to the world, and I don't have a job because whatever. Like, my job is just like own. I don't like big like like you think like the like these big like company owners how I don't know like what they mostly rely on is like the fact that they own things that produce value, right?
And
and
that's
it's
why
like
they don't pay tax, right?
Yeah, you know, actually, my opinion has kind of changed on UBI. I was completely against it before, but now that I think about it, I mean, like, what are you gonna do? Like, if people lose jobs, how are they gonna spend? There has to be some like cash flow going in, right, to keep things like running.
Why do we need cash?
Bro, because yo, the thing
This
is, if people are gonna run out of jobs, and now you have people that can't buy anything, then like the people who are
But, like,
rich are gonna
there-
become poor.
there
So they're
is
gonna be like, shoot,
like
oh, we need a middle class
I
again.
think we'll need UBI as a like shock countermeasure to this problem. But like
Maybe.
I hope eventually what happens is like we all become like the rich people, right? Like rich people, what they live off is like their own capital that produces value, right? Like which in the
Yeah.
future should be AI that produces
That's
things.
the ultimate dream.
Imagine
yeah.
imagine I own like a little like mini server. I
Yeah,
literally own it
exactly.
like legally, and that's producing like services for
Yeah.
you know my local community or whatever. I don't know, my local online community, let's say, and that's how I make my income.
Like kind of like what I
Ah,
imagine,
yeah.
bro, is I imagine like a law firm, right? Like some guy becomes a lawyer and then he opens a law firm and then all his assistants, the entire law firm itself is run by AI and he's like kind of like the oversight of the whole thing. Like, you know what I mean? I think that would be like such a beautiful future for everyone,
Also,
you know?
like interesting.
Can I say something a
maybe-
minute?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, I was just going to say, I was thinking about this eye scanning thing. You know, anybody who has a camera, who uses a camera now, your eye's probably already been scanned. And it would be easy to create an app to, you know, here, watch our video about Woofer Coin. Okay, you watch that video, well, congratulations, your eye just got scanned. I can take your eye scan and I can sell it to these guys. I can, you know, I can collect eye scans. Anybody fortunate enough to watch my little video just got their eye scanned. I mean, that's totally possible right now.
Why do they want to scan our eyes? Like, what do they get? Like Minority
Well,
Report?
I don't know.
Like-
Ask these guys. I don't know.
it's proof of humanity. That's what they're basically
yeah,
trying
proof
to do.
of
I guess it
person or
is.
humanity or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't
Yeah, so
sound
they just create a-
Calling out
foolproof. I mean,
proof of
Artific was
humanity. So
saying, like,
basically
you
they're-
know,
they're trying to not.
you can just like fake. You can just train like an AI on like a bunch of eyes, and it can generate an unlimited amount of eyes for the thing to scan, and right.
Well, sure.
And then
Yeah,
what
but-
the, what's the
Just
you
point?
need
to
to,
everybody
like-
else's.
I mean, there has to
eye
be
scans
You need
too.
to like
better ways than an
Whatever
eye
coins that they
scan.
give out, they'll want to take back. So that's how they'll set it up that you'll have to spend them by a certain amount of time, or there'll be built-in like centralized versions of how they control their own cash flow.
It just
So
seems like
It's
instead of
not-
working
it's
for a
not gonna
living,
be better than
instead
any
of working
other
for a living,
system
everybody's
right
thinking of
now.
scams, scam on top of scam on top of scam. I can make money
Yeah,
off everybody
yeah,
else.
actually,
I don't
like,
have to work
you
a
know-
day in my life.
You know, when I think about it, like if he's really going like Africa and these things, so it actually makes sense, and it's even like when you calculate what's the typical price of acquisition of new customer, it's actually quite a lot of money, like on average. And now if he manages, if he manage with this to get like millions of people there, and there will be like proven identity, because right now it's like a really big problem, you know, for especially with AI, you can't really prove that the person is the person, and if he will be
Can
able
you?
to do that, then it's actually quite valuable. Quite
Yeah, but I
valuable.
mean, like, let's say I wanna log into service and I wanna prove it's me. Like, do I need to have like an eye scanner in?
Or the face scanner.
But
Like
I guess
in
it's on,
China,
I guess
or-
it's only for like important official things that you will
You'll
need
need
to
to
But
prove.
I
You'll have
think
something
that's
like a
what
wallet
the
that you've got
Wooferblast
right now.
said. Like with your phone, like you can scan the eye, and
Mhm.
and you can do it from different angles. And if you have the high quality blueprint already there, which is the tricky part, and then they can
Right, but
figure
like
out
at
some
that
smart
point,
things
it
and
may
validate
it may become feasible to like hack it or like, you know, like show it.
maybe.
Well, actually, it's probably not that easy to make a fake eye, to be honest.
I mean, like let's say like
No,
okay,
you just collect,
this thing
collect other
is
people's eye
is linked
scans.
to open AI, right? In a sense, you know, indirectly,
I
whether
guess it's probably not just image. I guess it's like if they're smart,
It's-
and they probably
Yeah, it's like
capture
a
video.
3D.
So
it's
so
probably
then you
like a 3D
capture
thing.
huge amount of stuff.
And it better have to be a
what
like a
was it?
moving image too, because anybody could collect images and just fool it that way.
Yeah,
if it's
yeah.
if
And-
it's
and-
moving,
and-
it'd be a
and-
lot harder.
And it's probably like a 3D like scan or something like.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
not it's
You're
not just like
blinking and
pictures.
all of
probably.
that. In there.
Yeah,
So
a lot more
yeah.
information in there that way.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking
you
like
can, you can
like
identify person from gait, from just how they walk, a couple of seconds, then probably just
what the
just
heck,
from
yo,
blinking
that's
you can
that's
probably do-
like crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
imagine like a camera, even if you have like a disguise on, but then you could change the way you walk if you knew. Kind of in a sense.
That,
You know what I mean?
it's,
Like-
that's
That would
extremely
be
hard to
really
do on
difficult
purpose.
all the
Yeah.
time.
Like you
And
don't
then-
control that like constantly. I mean,
Well, these security cameras they have on the street track all that now. They can track you
Yeah,
by
I've
your
seen them track
movements
like
and how you
your
move
face
and-
and stuff. It's like, hey, look, we can track your
Yeah.
face, and they show you too. There's like a screen. It's like, look,
Yeah.
this is your face. We're watching you. But I'm
Yeah.
thinking,
Interesting thing about the
yeah, I just
Interesting thing about the
wanted to
work.
like share this
Yeah.
from before, like, you know, like when it comes to like the eye scan thing, what I'm kind of thinking of is like, you know how a majority of our social accounts are already linked. Like, for example, when I log into OpenAI, I didn't make an account. I just signed in with my Google account. And it kind of like makes me think if this is like linked indirectly or directly to OpenAI and Microsoft. In a sense, you're kind of giving your eye, your the data of your eye, not really to WorldCoin itself, but to Microsoft.
everyone.
yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
mean, you
that's,
make
that's,
the
that's what I meant.
company.
Even if it wouldn't be done now, that they have the potential to do that, and for $50 a customer, or 50 bucks guaranteed unique person,
Oh, yeah.
makes sense.
Oh. Yeah.
It actually makes economical sense.
Yeah.
And,
Customer
like, if you do it
acquisition.
In the West, then you will need to pay a lot of money for someone actually being there and taking the scans and stuff. If you do it in Africa, it will be much cheaper. So your main expense will really be just those $50.
Hmm.
So
Well,
th-
let's be optimistic
So
about it.
I always think about the worst case scenario. So let's say we go to Africa, right? We go on holiday. Do we have to get our eyes scanned to go into a shop and buy stuff in that
Probably.
area?
Yeah.
If there's
That's what they do in
Maybe.
China now, bro.
Well,
They
if you
scan
go
your
to China,
face.
I
Yeah.
think you need to get the WeChat.
Yeah, bro, they
They don't
literally
have your
scan
loss.
your face. If you want to buy anything, they scan your face, and then it
Wow.
first checks if you have the correct social credit score to be able to buy it. And if you do, then you can buy it. But if you don't, too bad, you can't buy it anymore. And now they have a completely
sucks.
unique way to identify who you are. And the only way to escape it would be to change your eye. There was this movie with Tom Cruise called Minority
Yeah, I
Report.
saw
that.
you
Yeah,
guys
that
have seen
one.
it? Go on.
That's a
Yeah,
pretty
bro.
good movie.
That kind of stuff where he literally had to change his eye, so because like they had these eye scanners everywhere, and you would get caught instantly. So
Does it not
that's-
just make
I
you
mean,
think that these guys that are making these new companies that have got ideas behind them, they basically watch a film and go, "That's a great idea. I'm going to
predictive
Yeah.
programming?
They
man.
probably do.
And
Maybe the
and they
corporations
go,
themselves.
"Oh, we have
like-
to get everybody to
Bro,
scan eyes."
Like,
now,
bro,
'cause
like,
Minority
remember,
Report was so great."
there was a James Bond movie where he literally goes and gets a microchip. It's like, seriously? And it's like, the message is, yo, if James Bond gets a microchip, who the heck are you? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, why did they stick that in the movie? Like, he goes and gets a microchip. Like, it was so weird, bro. But yeah, I think it's, there's some cultural engineering going on, preparing us for what comes, I don't think it's like
Should, like the
haphazard.
interesting thing about the work that we talked about before is that like during like in communism, like everyone had a job, but
Yeah.
like obviously there are like some people are just like very difficult to to give them job because it's just very hard to fit anything, or they don't want to have the job, or something.
Yeah,
But
bro.
there actually were jobs where you are doing nothing productive. Everyone sort of knew that. Sometimes the person doing the job didn't knew it, but everyone else did.
Bro,
So it was like a job where on train stations you go and you just have this thing, this metal thing, and you go and just hit the rail, you know. You just do that and
Yeah,
checking
I
the
read about
quality.
that,
So
yeah.
obviously like nonsense job, but like you have some sense of purpose. You're getting money. You get.
but
some
isn't it kind of
social
like that
status,
in
you're part of the-
corporate America now?
No.
I read, bro, like for like
Yeah.
example, they would have people in a factory that would stay all day just counting stock, like all day just counting 1, 2, 3, 4 and writing it down, and they're just trying to fill up jobs. But then if you look at corporate America now,
They have
That's-
right?
really good,
I did it at
That's-
P&G.
unions.
That's
I did
so
that at
dumb.
P&G just to fill the day. And then they
That's
throw the
so
paper
dumb.
away.
Like, and meanwhile, we have like a huge labor shortage in manufacturing. Apparently, it's like all the manufacturing facilities are trying to hire. They have like hundreds of open positions, and nobody's applying. And like, and we
Really?
need people to make stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a
Crazy.
big problem.
Is
in America,
there like
especially.
like a shortage of specialization in these fields where like the only way is they
Yeah.
can get people? Wow, man, that's crazy.
Like
There's one
nobody's
part
like getting trained and wanting to get into the jobs.
Yeah, everyone
and
wants to
that's-
be like
I think
TikTok
that's the bigger reason.
influencers.
Yeah, one thing is like the high
Yeah.
scale, but the second part is just I don't want to do it. I want to do something cool.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, which honestly I find quite sad. It's like I'm sort of getting tempted to get into manufacturing just because it's like actually manufacturing is cool. Like it should be cool, which is why I really like this company
It's
called
just
Hadrian.
theoretically, you know, if you're working in a factory and you're doing something the whole day, and then the next day.
But
you're
like
doing
you are the
same thing.
one,
It's not so cool.
you're like literally part of the reason why things exist. I don't know, like I find that cool. But anyway, like there's this
Yeah,
company.
well, try it.
Like
Try it.
no, it's probably not like nice, but at least it should be inspiring in like a way of the fact that you are actually producing real value. That's how I think of
Yeah,
it.
it's
but-
like when you think
like-
about it, it's like cool, but when you're doing it, it's not. It's not cool.
no, like I'm sure the job itself, which is probably why I mean it should be automated. But like there's this company called Hadrian, which I really like because they're trying to like take people who are skilled in like all the manufacturing jobs and like connect them with software engineers to first of all like create like an ecosystem where like actually working manufacturing is cool because you can actually solve real problems, and secondly what they're trying to do is automate as much as you can by by getting this collaboration, but like asking the software engineers how they can actually solve their problems, like by having them understand their problems,
yeah, That
right?
would be cool. That would be
Like
Yep.
I think there's something there, like
Or you know, like I
but
think
like
like
at the same time, it's like
China, India,
we need to do shit.
they're
We
hungry.
can't imagine it.
America isn't hungry anymore. You know, like it's like it's kind of the end of an
yeah, I know, but
empire,
like
you know?
but
Work it,
I find it I find it kind of like, well, I mean, basically we live in a world of like modern semi-slavery, I guess, right? Because we're sort of like
Trapped in
relying
debt
on
our entire
the
lives.
like poorer people to do everything that we have, but like that's only gonna last so long, right? They're
Why?
not
What's gonna happen to
staying
the
poor
poor
for very long.
The
people? What do you
revolution is
mean?
coming.
They're not gonna. What are you gonna do to them?
like no, they're gonna not stay poor. They're gonna become richer, just like
Hopefully,
China.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they're not gonna want to do those jobs probably, just
Yeah.
like us. And then like who's gonna do this stuff, right? And then it's
Wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
But by the way,
it just,
yeah, I saw this paper. I think it was U.S. agency. They made like analysis of I don't know, like 15, 20 different areas, like economical or manufacturing, different. I mean, like different like research topics or research areas, and actually like except for like 2 or 3, the China is like the leader in the world.
In manufacturing.
I
right
think
now.
it's space exploration and AI.
Space
just these two,
exploration.
like,
China's the
everything
leader
else, they
right
actually
now.
have like better tech than
no,
Really?
all the ones except those two,
Oh, except those
like
two.
all the
yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
and the microchips.
And
they're really
yeah, I heard.
good.
Yeah. I read
because they
about
don't
that.
have that.
yeah.
Yeah. Don't they
I
get
mean,
them
yeah,
from
China
Taiwan? Or
is
the majority of
going
them?
crazy, but
The microchips come from Taiwan, right? I mean, or
Taiwan,
is it
yeah.
all U.S.
Yeah, but
manufactured?
that ASM companies they ship them the machines that actually do the lithography.
And also
Yeah.
Taiwan is
I-
in China.
I think
Yeah,
if you can
Taiwan is
take
in
any
China.
kind of
Yes,
any
yeah.
job,
Let's hope.
take any job and make it.
I don't want to be
We
controversial.
should keep that.
Yeah, don't say that to me,
No.
bro. We'll get
Unless you
blocked
want
by
to
the
text,
Bob
for
Marley
instance.
movie.
I was just
Go with
kidding, or not. I
was just gonna say,
say.
Okay, if you can take any kind of job and make it feel worthwhile, like even maybe a little bit fun, make it feel like you're contributing something, and make it worth doing, it'll create it'll fill some of this void where people don't want to do these crappy jobs because they're so repetitive and uninteresting. But if you can take a job like that and make it feel like you're contributing and make it feel like you're important and make it feel like you're producing something good, I think it would help out a lot to make these jobs that are hurting for people fill up
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah,
I,
you know,
I,
I
think-
mean,
I
give
think it's
people
a, it's
fake
a
jobs.
culture
Making stuff
thing
is
in
fun.
part.
No, not
Exactly.
fake jobs, real jobs, but make it feel,
but
make
making
it
the same
more.
thing, or just like this, because like if you're making a motor, then there's like I don't know, like 300 operations, and every operation is done by different person or different machine. So if you do the whole thing yourself, then it's amazing, and there are even shows that showing people that are repairing cars and doing like incredible stuff with them, and it's fun. But if you are the one person doing the one operation for
Yeah, just a
years,
little cog.
and then you
Yeah.
change the operation to another
It's
operation, and
mind
doing
numbing.
that
It's
for another
mind numbing,
5 years.
boring work.
Yeah,
I've had jobs
So-
where I just pack laundry detergent. You just stand in a line and you just reach for this box and give a little pat and you make sure it's
yeah.
packed right and you put it in a box. You grab another box and you put it in a box. And you stand there and do that all day long, and you just feel like you're a machine. You don't feel like you're important or you're contributing. You don't feel like you're having any fun. I mean, it's terrible. So, but they can take
I don't know,
repetitive jobs like that.
I think that's totally right. I imagine, but like, there's probably some jobs in manufacturing which are like less repetitive. Like
Yeah, there are a
maybe,
lot of
like,
skilled
actually
jobs
operating
that
machines
you know
which
machines will never.
yeah,
be
like
able
exactly
to.
like.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
not that they will never be able to, but like they're still like, at the moment not able to, and there's lots of skilled jobs exactly which I think are probably not as repetitive as that. I can't really tell you what they are because I actually don't know much about this industry, but like I'm pretty sure there are.
I think we forget that when you get to manufacturing stages, obviously putting a human being into that process, we go
Mhm.
fast, slow. Sometimes we miss stuff. Sometimes we make mistakes. A computer can do it over and over and over, exactly the same way every single time,
Right.
and it can be sped up to lightning speed. Like these things could be going at 100 miles an hour, and the machine would still be able to keep up. So they could pack what they could do in one day in a week, like a week's worth
there's
in one day.
Those kind of jobs are best left to machines, I think.
But
'Cause
yeah,
I think it was Elon
but
Musk
I
had
think
said that when we walk into one of these places, the machines that will be working, well, you won't be able to see them. They'll be moving that fast.
What?
Just be
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be like
I
fully
mean,
automated box. No one will ever.
And then when they break
do that.
down, who has to come
Uh,
in and fix them? A person.
Oh, it will probably at that point it will be probably like semi. And if it goes really bad, then they just recycle the whole factory and create new one. But like for example, I think there are ways how to probably do that. Like there's this guy that took Tesla and make it gasoline engine. Basically, it's the same thing as all
Lol.
electronics, everything works, but just replace
That's such an insult to
the
Tesla.
battery and engine. Yeah, and make it gasoline engine. And sold it, to someone. And it's all manual work, and it's a unique car, and someone did it. Yeah, so
It's pretty cool, actually. Like a gasoline powered Tesla.
I think a lot of people would probably do these sort of
Right?
things.
It's
That's
like, yo,
pretty
that's like the
funny.
most
Money and
unique thing
time.
you can do. Oh, you have a Tesla that runs on
Yeah.
electricity? Mine runs on gasoline, baby.
What,
Well, I'm gonna
Tesla-
make one that runs on nuclear power, but
Yeah.
the Tesla car not release open source, like their whole technology of the battery pack,
Is
the
it?
skateboard
Yeah.
design.
Is it open
I'm
source?
sure they let everybody use it if you want to.
I think they
So
did.
every
yeah.
company
think
right
that-
now, Ford
I-
could.
I don't know
turn
what the
around and start
license is
using that
exactly,
if they
but,
wanted to.
like- Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the license is. I don't know if other companies can easily use it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it was,
I-
that's
I-
what
I
made
would
be doing that.
the rebuild so difficult, because everything is done in a way that, like, it's meant not to be like open, messed up. Like everything is just closed and you will never get in. But this
Yeah.
guy managed to do it.
Yeah, it's built by a machine. Wow, that's really impressive, man. Like, completely.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I think
changing? That's
I heard it on
crazy.
Rogan or somewhere. Yeah,
Yo,
it's
that's
fun.
so cool.
Actually, talking about like I said, like nuclear powered Tesla.
I think they
That
should have
would
went
be
long
fun.
enough. Intro.
Why does it sound
I think they
fast?
should cut the
Yeah.
stream
Why-
out.
why-
Why,
yeah,
why
you
do,
be-
oh
yeah,
yeah,
you better
okay,
turn
yeah,
the
yeah,
stream
yeah.
off.
Let's finish off. Thanks,
it's-
guys, for joining us during this wonderful Immersed Minds. Huddle around Galafax, everyone. Group photo. Yo, jump in there, jump in there. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and sharing this wonderful,
Thank
awe-inspiring
you.
discussion about the coming singularity here at Immersed Minds at OMG Multiverse. With Galafax in the game, baby. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, picture. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for tuning in. See you next time on Immersed Minds. Ow, sorry.
Lol.
Still VR.